So to start off using the SecureGuard bridge, the first thing that you guys would have to do is apply to become a partner before you guys order it. So if you guys go to the Speco.com, click on the Solutions tab. Under Cloud Solutions, we have the SecureGuard bridge. So we just click on that. And under the SecureGuard bridge, you click the Apply to Become a Partners tab, and you put in your company information, company name, company representative's name, email address, company website, the domain that you want to use for the cloud, support email address. Once you fill that out, it goes to our team over here at Speco, and we're able to create the bridge for you and create the login for the cloud. So after you do that, you register, you'll get an email within 24 hours with all your information that you need. So applying to become a cloud partner. So this is the quick start guide for the bridge. So this is applying to become a cloud partner. After submitting it, you'll get an email within 24 hours of submitting it. So after you order your SecureGuard bridge or you purchase one, the first thing that you want to do is connect both power adapters to the SG bridge. Note the SG bridge network ports are configured for DHCP by default. If a static IP address is needed, you need to directly connect to the bridge. So the first thing that you want to do after you connect it, it has two Ethernet ports on the back of the bridge. You want to plug into Ethernet port 1, so it is labeled. Once you plug into Ethernet port 1, you want to download the Speco scanner because everything's done from a laptop. So I can click on this link and it'll download the scanner for you. Otherwise, the scanner can be located on the Speco Tech website. So if I go back to the Speco Tech website here and I type in SG Bridge 1, it'll load the product page, or you click on the product, it'll load the product page. And you go all the way down, it would say scanner, you just click there, download it. So once it's downloaded, I'm just going to go back to the desktop and it will show the SecureGuard scanner tool. So you can see I'm scanning the local network and that SG bridge is coming on the network. So you could have multiple bridges on a network. Like Daniel said earlier, it's 32 megapixels worth of cameras. Anything over that, you would have to get a second bridge. So you could have multiple bridges on your network. So I could click refresh and it locates that bridge. So after you download that scanner, what you want to do is double click on the bridge that you're looking at and it'll go into the web setup page. So if I double click on this, it'll open up in your default browser. So to log into the bridge, you put in the username and password for SecureGuard by default, which is admin. So now I'm logged into this bridge. So we already went logging into the web interface. So this is directly at the bridge. So now you can see it's right here. We just type that in. So after logging into the bridge, you want to add recorders or cameras. You do it from the bridge's web interface. So what you want to do is you want to click the three little hamburger icons on the side. I go to the configuration tab and you have two options. You could either manually add it or use a site locate. If you know the IP address of the recorder, you could basically click manually add. If you don't, you can click site locate and it'll locate all your recorders on your local network as well as cameras. So you could add a camera or you could add a recorder directly to the bridge. So now you can see these are all my sites on the network here. If I wanted to add a site, I just click the plus button right by that site. It'll load the site information. What you would need to do is you would need to put in the password, and now you could click check site, and now it's checking the site connection. And basically, once it's checking the site connection, it's just making sure that that site is online and the username and password is correct. So I'm just going back to the quick start guide because that's what we went over. So site locate, you click the plus button for the add site, and now check site like it shows right here. So right now it's just checking the site, might take a minute or two. And now you can see check site has been performed successfully. So now down here, if it's a recorder, you have your enabled channels. Since this is a 32 channel unit, you could enable all the cameras or all the channels. But let's just say you only want 2 cameras or 3 cameras to go back up to the cloud. All you have to do is uncheck the cameras right here that you don't want to go to the cloud. So this is an important step. So I'm unchecking all these channels right here. So I'm just going to say, let's just say you have camera 9, which is a front door. Camera 1 and 2 are also like the back entrance. You only want those to go out to the cloud. So you could do 1, 2, and 9. And if one is a PTZ camera, you could have PTZ control. So after that, you just select the video quality name and substream. So now I just click submit and close, or that recorder is added to that bridge. So after you add the recorder, like this shows you'll get a message. You click the X to close it. Enable channels right here. You click submit. You click close, just like we did. Anytime that you add a site, so my recommendation is add all your sites first. That bridge will need to be restarted. So to restart the bridge, you will go into the System Config tab. So over here, you go to System Config. This will give you your cloud ID, which we'll go into in a little bit, and cloud password. So I could just click Restart Bridge. You could do a reboot, which will reboot it. Restart is just restarting the SecureGuard software on the bridge. So I'm just going to restart the software. After you restart the software, you just want to refresh the page. So you can see, like I just did restart, refresh the browser page, and it will log me out and log me back in like this. So I just put in admin, and now I'm back in, and you see your device name right there. So you can see we just went through those steps. So now you just want to navigate to the site config and confirm your site's listed. So config, our site's listed right here. And you can see it's saying it's active, which is good. So the next step on the bridge is configuring the channels for cloud use. So in the web setup, we could go to camera config. So we go here to camera config, and we're just going to go to device name. We select the channel, and this is an important step because right now the bridge only supports H.264 encoding. So if it's on H.265, it won't be able to go out to the bridge. So you want to make sure that H.264 is going to the cameras that are going to the cloud. So you could configure the frame rate and resolution as needed, and then you click the submit button. So down here, I have a screenshot of what it will look like. So H.264 for the high stream, H.264 for the low stream. You set the frame rate as well. So you can see this camera right here has just a low stream, and you can see H.264 at 30 frames per second. And you can see I'll have multiple cameras, or the cameras that you have had selected. So right now, I don't think that this recorder has any cameras added to it at the moment. That's how you guys will add or configure the cameras on the bridge. So the next step is adding the SecureGuard bridge to the cloud. So this is where you apply to become a cloud partner, and you get an email with your cloud credentials. So for the bridge, you just need to get this information. So you go to System Config, it will load up the bridge's ID and password. That's something that you would have to remember once you're adding it to the bridge. So we'll come back to this in a little bit. The first thing that you want to do once you're going to the admin portal, also known as the partner portal, is you want to go to partner.sgcloud.com or .cloud. So I just clicked on the link right there. Let me click open a new tab. So here's where you put in your email address that you registered with and the password that was emailed to you. So I'm just logging in. So I've logged in successfully. So this is the dealer portal, also known as the partner portal. So over here, you'll have your dashboard. This will tell you how many total customers you have, how many total cameras on your bridge, as well as how many terabytes of storage that you have purchased. And this is how many terabytes you have used and how much you have purchased. So you can see here we have 10 terabytes and 1.19 terabytes used. So in order to add the bridge, the first thing that you want to do is add a customer. So you click on customer, you click add customer, and it'll make you enter the customer's name, customer's email address, customer's phone number, the storage plan, like how many days of storage that they want to use, customer's address, country, state, city, zip code, and you do their time zone. After that, you click add customer. What it will show is it will show you all your customer accounts down here. So I have Frank, I have Test, I have John Smith, I have Speco, and Sales Demo. So over here, if you click the picture of the eye, you can view the details, and you can see how many gigabytes of storage they use, the company name, the register date, the address. If you click update customer, you have the ability to change that information as well. You click cancel. You can resend the password to the customer if they forgot it. If you click the three little dots, you can modify the plan and update the storage or change the status. If the customer is no longer paying you, you can always change the status and make them offline from here. And then if you click redirect to customer portal, this will redirect you to the customer portal, and it will require their login information. So we'll get to that in just 1 minute. So we just logged into it. So now we just added a customer to the customer tab, as you saw. So this is taking you step by step. After that, it will say it's successful, and a confirmation email will be sent to them saying that they got registered for the cloud. So adding the customer bridge to the account. So what you would need to do is you would have to go to the custom configuration tool. So I'll just click on this. It'll redirect me to the customer cloud. And now you can see I'm at jtelectronics.sgcloud.cloud because that's the website that is for the customer. So right now I'm logged in as an administrator. So you can see here, if I wanted to add a bridge, on the upper right hand corner, there's an add bridge option. So I click add bridge. You go back to the bridge's IP address that we had up right here. And you can see I have my bridge's IP or ID. I copy that. I enter a name for the bridge. So I can just call this demo bridge 1. You put in the cloud ID. You put in the cloud password. And then you click add to bridge. And once I click add to bridge, it will allow me to add that cloud to the bridge. So I just copy this and I'm just going to paste it, add bridge, and then it'll go to the bottom of the page as well, just showing you what bridges you have added to it. So you go back to this. So you can see we went to the configuration tool, add bridge. You click add, the bridge will now be listed at the bottom. And now that's how you add it to your cloud platform. The next step after you add it to the cloud platform is you would have to add the cameras that you want to record to the cloud. So under the admin portal, you see how it says manage devices. You go to manage cameras. And now if you click add cameras, I'll click the next button and it will show me which cameras I want to add to which bridge. So I have multiple bridges. So this will add all your bridges. So if I click on this, the bridge I want to, I click next. And now it'll show you all the cameras that are associated with that bridge. All you do is you check off the cameras that you want to add to each bridge and you click the add button. And now it'll add them to that cloud platform. And now they'll all be listed down here. So you can see, click next, click add cameras. And just a reminder, the cameras have to be H.264 compression. And now I'll list all the cameras down at the bottom that you have access to. The next thing is creating a record schedule for the cloud. So you go into schedule recording, you add a schedule, you enter your schedule's name. So I could call this test schedule 3. Select the cameras that you want to record. So let's just say I want to do these 3 cameras. You do it at the high or the low resolution. You can't do both. It's either one or the other. And then you select whether you want to do continuous motion, continuous plus event. So let's just say I want to do continuous plus event. I click all and now it'll change it for 24/7. You could also clear all and select times that you want to go out to the cloud and record. So these will be the times that's recorded to the cloud. So you select the times that you're looking for. So I'm just going to do clear all. Drag it to the left hand side, I click all and I click save schedule. So now you can see my test 3 is recording to this every day, gives you the hours that's recording. I could delete the schedule by clicking the trash can and clicking delete schedule. So we just went over creating a schedule for recording, saving it, now it'll be listed, like you see down here. And now we go to group management, and in group management, what this allows you to do is it allows you to manage the cameras that you have on each bridge that the users could see. So I go to add group. I can name this test group 1. And now I select the cameras that I want that group to see. So let's just say I want them to see these 4 cameras. I select the users in this group and then I click add group, and that group will only be able to see those cameras. So it's a great way to really prevent people from seeing specific cameras, just like in a recorder. So now you can really manage it based on what cameras you want each person to see. But this is more just for redundancy. But now, after I add them to the group, you can see we went through this. It'll now be listed at the bottom. Now you can go to user management, and now you can see the different users that you have accessing the cloud platform. So let's say you want to add a user, you click the add user button, you enter in the username, the email address, the phone number, and what group that they'll be in. So whether it's whatever group you select is what cameras they can see. whether they can view cloud access or pan, tilt, zoom access. So pan, tilt, zoom is basically able to pan, tilt, and zoom the camera, or if they're able to access the cloud, like playback, live view, any of these admin settings. So after you add them, they'll get an email saying that they got added to that SecureGuard bridge, and they'll be able to access the cameras. So now we went through viewing it. Now it's viewing it from the end user portal. So if I click on the Speco jtelectronics.sg.cloud, this is what the end user would see once they're first trying to log in. So what they'll do is they'll put in their email address and the password that they got emailed to them. And now I click login. And now it's loading all my cameras from today. And now you can see, I can see my cameras. This is in live view directly from the end user portal. I could create different layouts. So if I go to layout management, I could add a layout, and each individual could have their own unique layouts. So I could call this test 3. And now if I click the drop down, it'll allow me to select the cameras that I will put in this layout. I click save, and now I have 2 layouts saved. If I go to live view, I could click on the layouts and it will load the cameras. So now this is just live view. If you need to go to playback, we can go to stored video. You select the cameras that you want to play back. So let's say I want to play back the 04 LT2. I double click on it. It'll take you to this page right here. Please select the date range. On the upper left-hand corner, you can click on the grid. It will give you the days that you have recording for. So let's just say I want to go back to the 28th. I double click on the 28th. It'll pop up. Just click OK. Now it will show you the recordings from the 28th. So you can see I have 12 to 1, 1 to 2. So it breaks down to thumbnails all the way for 24 hours. So let's just say I want to see 9 to 10 p.m. I double click on it and it'll break it down into 5-minute increments. So I could double click again, and now it's going to play back that recording. And if I click the download video option, it'll begin to download that in 5-minute increments. And now I just downloaded it, and now I can begin to play back that video from any media player as long as it supports H.264 compression. So I can just pull this up, right click, open with VLC media player, and now it's playing back that recording from 8:03 p.m. 5 minutes. Now I could click back, and now I'm going back into the stored video. We also have Event Explorer, which is kind of like easy search. So if I click on one of the cameras, it will load that camera and it'll begin to show all the events for that camera. So any like motion events, if you have analytics set up in the camera, it'll show like line crossing, intrusion. So let's just say I want to see any motion events or line crossing, I can check it off. So let's just say I want to see line crossing events. It'll load all the line crossing events and it'll play that back for you. So if I click play, it'll play back in 10-second increments. And this might be because of bandwidth. So I can just download the video. After I download that video, right click again, go to open with VLC media player, and now I'll play back that footage of it, the footage that I recorded. And you could also share the recordings as well. So if you have a line crossing event, you could click the 3 little dots to share video. You could copy the link and you could also email it to whoever needs to get that video. Shared recordings, so this will load all the shared recordings that we have, and you can see how user-friendly this platform is. And you can go back in live view, and now you can basically see all your cameras. You can do a camera list as well, where it will list each camera like this. With the bridge, it will also log you out after 12 minutes of being inactive, just for security purposes, so you would have to log back in from the end user. So this is more for like redundant storage. So like cannabis facilities that might need off-site storage, or any business that might want to do redundancy, this is a great option for them. So now we could go back into the view cameras from the end user portal. So you can see it takes you to the live stream, So this will take you step by step, creating layouts, adding the sites. You can see the sites. You could change your cameras if you want to. Click save. Now just go into playback, you select the date range. And now that's really the quick start guide for the SecureGuard bridge. Setting up analytics is done inside the camera as well. So you can also set up analytics inside that camera. Dan, anything else you think that we should cover with the bridge? And then also from the admin portal or the partner portal, you have your activity log. So it'll show you who logs into each bridge, for example. So you can select the date range, you can see what time the people logged into the bridge. To view video, you have billing history. So this is where you can see when you got billed for the storage and how much storage each person's getting. So you can see the sales demo is getting 2 terabytes, and it gives you the month and the date purchased. And we even have a storage calculator here. So this could go through how many cameras you have. So let's say I have 12 cameras on the bridge and I want to record at 15 frames per second. It'll tell you how much storage you're required to offload to the bridge and whether it's continuous or motion. So let's say I want to do motion-based, hours of motion, let's say it's only 8 hours. It'll tell you how many terabytes that you guys need. And under account settings, this is just basically telling you your email address, phone number, address, website, for company website, support email, as well as the Speco sales rep. So I'll just log out of this.